gonna make the profiles boom, 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 boom. What it is, I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. What it is right here on Gunnerz Profiles is real talk, real life by someone who really did that shit. Right? What it isn't, what it ain't, what it never is gonna be is added preservatives, just a little crema to make the tacos better. Crema does make the tacos better. You know what I mean? That's what she said. But trip out. We ain't gonna use none of that today. It's just raw diggity. Go no magnum. Now trip out. As you can tell by that thumbnail, I wanted to tell you guys a story. A hood story. Certified. Real life. About the biggest lick ever hit in my hood. How do I know? Because I did it, right? Back in the day, yo. Making mayo. Collect my mayo. Body, yeah, yo. I was out there trying to get my mayo. I don't need 40 in the click, right? I was out there getting my wiggle on. Now, trip out. The way this story goes, it's funny. I'm gonna switch up a few of the names, man, because some of the homeboys are still out there wiggling, man. So I'm not trying to get them caught up. But this is not a gang-related story. This is just a story about, you know, kind of a gunner's tale, man. Something I was doing out there in the hood. Something where I almost got caught up, but I didn't get caught up, but it was a come up, but it wasn't really a come up. Anyways, let's trip out. So we're at this club. There was a club that used to be popping out in Merced called Maloney's. And the year was, I believe it was early 2000, maybe like, shit, even before that, man. I forget when, man. Might have been 98, 99, but it was cracking. It was popping. And I remember this was a spot everyone used to go to, and I was there with a couple homeboys. And we had our own pad together. We had our own pad in this place called Stratford Court, right? Stratford Court was the ghetto, right? You have Gannett Court, you have Stratford Court. Those from Merced know exactly what I'm talking about right off of Child's. That just is what it is. That's where Dead End be all the time. Or that's where we were, first generation shit back in our days. That's where we hung out. If you was a motherfucker from Dead End Homes, you was chilling on Gannett Court or on Stratford Court. Period, plain and simple, right? So anyways, we had our own little spot on Gannett, me and the homeboys. And so we decided for no other reason we should go hit this club this one time for our minds. And so we're chilling at this fucking club, and we're partying, man. We're having a good old time. And I remember one of my homeboys, he's hella faded, super faded. One of those homeboys, man, he gets so faded, don't believe nothing he says other than, hey, I'm going to knock someone out tonight. Believe that shit, right? That's going down. You know, once you start hearing him say, man, no, you're like, fuck, we're going to prison, right? Not jail, prison. Jail's just the way to prison, right? You're going to both. Believe that, right? Because it's going to be serious. He's fucking someone off very bad, right? So you kind of keep your eye on that type of homeboy. He's over there, just mean mugging, but getting it, right? Anyways, this night he wasn't even mean mugging. He was so fucking faded, you couldn't even understood 2 words that came out of his mouth. But I keep my eye on the homeboy. He's an older homeboy of mine, and I'm just watching out for him. Now, I remember him coming up to me, and I'm chilling with this chick. I'm trying to pop my collar. I'm trying to get me Arby's. Hey, I've been getting Arby's since way back when. You know what I mean? No wonder why I'm so sick, right? Anyway, so the homeboy gets at me, comes up to me in my ear. He's like, hey, I got the smooth lick for the night. I know where there's 1,000 wheat plants. And backs up, right? And I'm like, this feels hella faded, right? Hella drunk. He'd have been told me this shit when he was sober, right? He ain't gonna wait till he's hella beveled, hella drunk, and then come up to me and tell me some fucking weird ass story, right? That's what's not gonna happen, right? One never knows, does one, right? Anyway, so I'm just kicking back, popping at the bitches, man. Shit doesn't pan out the way I wanted to that night. So that's because she wasn't feeling my vibe. Bitch didn't feel my vibe. She didn't feel my vibe, right? So she backed up off me, and we're getting ready to go. So as we're getting ready to go, I felt that if for no other reason, I should throw it in the wind. Because the wind was blowing, right? And I said, hey, and I said it with my chest. I said, hey, on Pablo, was you bullshitting in there? He said, bullshitting about what, man? Right? He was all throwing up and shit. I said, about that little lick you was talking about. He was like, oh, you want to go get that shit right now? I said, stop it, bro. You bullshit, right? You know what I mean? You got to understand, this is back in my broke days. When I was broken and baby joker in a typewriter. We're talking about when I was so broke, I was borrowing money from the cucaracha. I owed every cucaracha in the house money. I was broke as fuck, right? Hey, I was broker than the word fuck. You know what I mean? I couldn't even, I still owe fuck the K. I could only, the F-U-C, I still owe the K, right? I'm broke, right, at this point. So I'm like, hell yeah, bro. That would be a godsend to me. That would be, you know, I know most of you are saying, why don't you just get a job? Because because I was brown and proud at that time, you know what I mean? Only I had the game fucked up, you know what I mean? I think my red belt dictated that shit. Anyway, so I just wasn't really on my working tip. I was more on my just take it from you tip, right? If I could, allegedly. But anyway, so the homeboy was like, I was on the pay as you can plan, eh? You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna take no shit from a jarhead like you. What I did? What are they? Negro. Only I couldn't fight as good. Anyway, so look. The homeboy's like, let's go get that shit right now. He goes, but we're going to need a couple more heads, a couple more homeboys, right? And we're going to need a big ass truck. So I was like, oh, I know a couple homeboys. Now you got to understand, we're leaving the club at 2 a.m, so it's late night. All the homeboys are already deep in some Arby's, asleep, or their old lady definitely ain't going to let them come fuck with us. Period. They already know what we're into, some bullshit, right? So I call a couple brothers, man. A couple homeboys that I know, their brothers and shit. So I call them right after about the 5th time, one of them answers. And he's one of those homeboys that's a narcissist, asshole, mean motherfucker. But he's also a fucking lovable type motherfucker. You know the type of homeboy that he's just an asshole for everything. You know, he sees the glass half empty at all points. The type of homeboy you're like, what's up, Holmes? He's like, fuck you, eh? You know what I mean? He's just mad at the world. Like, he treats everyone like his baby mama. Like, we're all trying to get him for child support, right? And it's not even our fault. So that's gay, you know what I mean? We didn't tell you to go have fucking 9 kids with 8 different women, right? Anyway, so I call him. He's like, this better be good, eh? Right? I was like, hey, trip out. We got this late rule. He said, come on, bro. You're living in fantasy land. The plane, bitch, the plane, right? I said, listen, bro, you're going to come with the trucker. Just let me borrow the motherfucker. I'll put gas. He's like, nah, because if you wreck my truck and then the way my car insurance works. I said, bro, let me borrow your shit, bro. I ain't never asked you for nothing in my life. He said, well, what about the 100 you owe me? I said, shit, there's like 3 or 4. You're in line. There's like 3 or 4 roaches come before you. He's like, hey, I'm going to wait my brother. We're going to come through, bro. But if you're bullshitting, I said, look, come on through, bro. You know I ain't never bullshitted. Now, you got to understand, I was just taking the homeboy's word for it. I could have been bullshitting like a motherfucker. I didn't know. But the homeboy that I was dealing with, the drunk-ass homeboy, Simon, the drunk-ass homeboy, who I was putting my word out for, is a righteous-ass homeboy. He's still active right now. That'll tell you, right? Still about the business. So anyways, they all are, except for me. I'm a husband, mommy. What about me? Yeah, I'll hold. I'll be the one holding, right? Anyway, so trip out. I have to lean back. Spence, I'm sick, man. My back hurts. You know when your bones ache and shit, when you got that shit? You know what I mean? To what degree of shit I got and to what shit I do actually have, I can't call it like an alcoholic. But at the same time, I'm going to run with it. So anyways, so we wiggle, right? The homeboys come through. There's 4 of us. We get another homeboy. He told him, hold down the fort, hold down the pad. And he's like, what can I come? Because you can't, bitch, right? He's one of those little homeboys in training. You know what I mean? You always got a homeboy in training. Hold down the pad. Hey, wash the dishes. Hey, Sasuke, come here, Holmes. What? Hey, bring my phone. Like, what? You made me come out of the room. I was sleeping. And you woke me up to tell me to bring your phone. Simon, bro, because I was fucking some chick, Holmes, and it's in my pants in the hallway. I didn't want to get up. You know what I mean? It's cold and shit. I got the AC blowing. Get you give me my phone. You already up? You know what I mean? One of those type homeboys. You know what I'm saying? We all have them. Anyway, so we told him, hold down the shit, right? He's like, all right. So we wiggle. Okay, we wiggle out to the country area. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what country area because there's probably 30 years later, motherfuckers like, oh, is that right, man? Right? But we wiggle out to the country area. This is where it starts to become different. Because I start to be skeptical in the situation. I start to think, damn, man, is the homeboy just fucking hella faded and he bullshitted me? Did I buy into this bullshit? The other homeboys are looking at me all stupid like, man, this might turn into a fucking whole different type of crime right now. I'm like, fuck, is this how I'm going to end up? Looking like a baboso and with my face in the mud, right? It's just bad. Homeboy's still super faded. He's throwing up the whole way up there and the whole way back, right? But anyways, so as we get there, he's like, it's right here. It's pitch black dark, Holmes. I can't see shit. I don't even know if we're still in Merced or we're in fucking El Nido. I don't know where we're at, but at this point, right, I know we're somewhere out in the country. It smells like swamp, you know what I mean? And possums and shit. I'm like, oh man, where the fuck this fool's brought me, right? So anyways, he's like, come on, let's go. Now, this is back in the days when they had the Nokia phones. You remember those little Nokia phones? The little square looking ones with the big old buttons and the light on top, bright ass light. I had one of those, right? So I was balling too with that Nokia phone. I knocked so much Arby's off that Nokia phone. You know, I miss you. I'm talking to you, baby. Orderly Nokia phone, right? I miss you. Me and that motherfucker were best friends, you know. You are not alone. Orderly, me and Nokia. Anyway, so me and one of the brothers is like, hey, I'm going to stay in the car, man. So fucking, we don't get our shit peeled while we're trying to peel shit, right? So bam, I'm like, hey, are there sitters? For those that don't know in the game what a sitter is, that gets too late in the game to teach you. But knowledge that you can't get in college says that sitters are usually around where there's areas of mass quantities of greenery, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go focus snatch some plants up one time for our mind, right? Or at least I thought we were. One never knows, does one, right? Anyway, so we jump off the car and fucking the homeboy's all stumbling. He's like, I think it's this way. I said, no, what way is it? To what degree do you think, motherfucker? Do you think like with a capital T? Like you think? Or do you fucking just think? You know what I mean? Because if you just think, then we'll go that way. No, he's like, no, I think. I was all right, orale. You think that's a little too much thinking. Let's go, right? So as we take off, I got this little fucking flashlight. That's all I got, right? We're ill prepared. We went some big old carpenter garbage bags and some shears. That's it. You know what I mean? We're trying to get it. Old school style. So I'm like this. Nada, right? I think I see a fucking snake. What the fuck is that, eh? You know what I mean? Un culebra. Slithering and shit. So I'm like, damn, bro, it's going to get ugly before it gets great, right? And all of a sudden, boom, like a fucking punch to the mascara hits me. I said, menudo. On pow. In slow motion. I smelled Yesca. I smelled Chronicle. I smelled the Bubonical. Sipping on gin and juice. Laid back with my mind on my money. Got me some Seagram's gin. Everybody got their cut, but they ain't chipped. I could have swore I heard I seen Willie Nelson, I seen Kenny Rogers, and I seen motherfucking Snoop Dogg in concert. It smelled that good, right? I said, good Lord, right? What's going on here? But I don't see it yet. And seeing is believing. You know, I could have smelled, that could have been just a thing of my imagination, right? But as I went like this, gente, boom, there it was, right? In all its glory. Plants as far as the eye can see. And I mean plants as far as the motherfucking eye can see. I went straight into action. The homeboy was like, you weren't lying, bitch. Right? I said, nah. The other homeboy was like, I told you. He's throwing up, I told you, right? We rushed. Bro, we're not playing, bro. We're talking about 15-foot tall plants, buds. The tops were this big, bigger than my motherfucking pipa, barely, right? And I'm not lying. We were taking these plants, ripping them out of the ground and breaking them in half and stuffing them in garbage bags and running back to the car. It wasn't too far off the road, right? We were killing the game, right? We had this truck, put it like this. It took us all of 5 minutes to get what would amount to about 80 pieces. Put it like that. You know what I mean? We was fast. Mexicans work fast under pressure, right? That's a fact, right? What's so why you work? We were the happiest gang members on earth that night. Hey, hell no, we won't go. Hell no, big norteño, right? We were good. Well, God, we were that motherfucker like well, God birds. We were flying through that motherfucker. Boom, 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 hitting the lick. The real lick, right? Bam. All right, so anyways, we get all these fucking plants. We don't even dent it. Put it like this. The wind's blowing. I didn't care if there was a sitter there, if he'd have shot me. I wasn't even concerned. I didn't think about nothing other than the bottom line, which was the mighty dollar, right? What I could come up and what I could get out of this whole situation. Anyway, so we get these all the way back through town, back to the pad, right? And we had the linoleum floors. You know linoleum is how you say it? Linoleum? Word of the day. Linoleum, right? However the fuck you say it. Linoleum. We had the linoleum floors, right? So we dumped all these dirty, nasty, muddy plants all over the linoleum, and we call a homeboy, who's actually the brother of the one homeboy who told us about it. Now, at this point, he's still in the bathroom throwing up. The other homeboy is still finding reasons why, it's probably all mildewed now. The other homeboy, he ain't said shit since we woke him up. He still ain't gonna say shit. In fact, to this day, I still ain't never heard him say shit, right? The other homeboy's still asking why he couldn't have went, right? And I'm happy as fuck. We all are in our different emotions, but I could tell we're all happy in some way. So anyways, I called one of the homeboys, which is one of the homeboy's brothers. I'm like, come through. Now, at this point in time, that homeboy's balling out of control. He's been balling out of control, been doing his thing. He supports us. We're a bunch of broke, dick-ass, bum-ass motherfuckers living in a big old nice pad. Well, it's not a big old nice pad. It's in the ghetto, right? But at the same time, it's a whole bunch of homeboys with their own spot. You know what I mean? We're getting hella Arby's, and that's all that matters, right? We're doing our thing. So anyways, he comes over. We don't woke him up out of a slumber, 4 or 5 in the morning. This motherfucker comes over, right? And we have a pile of weed from the ground to the roof. That's a fact, right? And he walks in. And I remember the homeboy. He looked at me, he looked at all the homeboys. His brother's done throwing up for a minute, right? And he goes, I got a fucking tear in my eye, homie. Oh, Pablo, I don't know what to say right now, right? So I'm fucking proud of you guys, right? You guys finally did something in your life. You finally achieved something, right? Yes, we did. We finally came up. We finally hit a real lick. Now I'm at this point in time, I'm happy yet I'm upset because he didn't tell me sooner. But then the homeboy comes to explain to me that knowing how I am, if he would have if he would have told me it sooner, I would have pulled it premature, which I would have. I'm a cold motherfucker like that, right? I'd have took everything too. So I'd have took the rototiller over there. I'd have been on the lawnmower and sit trying to mow it down. I'm just a cold motherfucker, right? That's how I got down back then. Anyway, so like I said, after when it was all said and done, we shook 80 off of it. The homeboy was able to take it to the O to move it all, and boop, 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 boop. Allegedly, you'll never get me to say nothing else on that subject, and that's what it is. It was the biggest thing until ever that had ever been hit in my water. I remember, man, it was like holiday, and the water, everybody was happy, man. It was an abundance for everyone. Those that remember, man. Those that don't, well, fuck it. You were too young to remember. Your dad does. And that's just how it was. But I remember that lick, and I remember thinking to myself just the other day that I wanted to tell that story is because when you're younger and you're out there making moves and you just don't give a fuck, you know, you're not thinking about time, consequences, the effect it could have on people. Now you think it could have went totally different. These were just a couple, a few youngsters. We're in our 18, 19, 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, doing this lick, coming up like this. But we don't have no thought on how, what if there were sitters out there? What if we'd have got shot? What if we'd have had to do something bad to someone? What if we'd had to tie some people up allegedly? Different things, different strokes for different folks, different things happen. You just never know, right? And when you're older and hindsight is fucking whatever they say it is, right? And you look back and you start to really think about shit and you're like, God damn, man, I never fucking thought about fucking, what could have happened. You don't think about repercussions for your actions. And that's the problem with these youngsters today. And that's the problem with society as a whole today. Hint is, we're not thinking about actions that we're taking and what could happen. What are the repercussions for them actions? There's always fucking repercussions for their actions. Speaking of repercussions for the actions, let's talk about Joey Stacks one more time and Big Boy. What's the repercussion for their actions? Is there going to be repercussions for their actions? Well, let me tell you something. Obviously, there is. Now, from what I'm hearing from sources, because the wind blows, look at my tongue. I'm sick. My shit's all fucked up. I got the ugly tongue. I got to go brush it one more time. That shit tastes funny. Anyways, that's called sickness, sister. Don't eat pussy. It'll fuck you up. Straight up. Bad. Anyways, that's that shit. But anyway, so what happens in life is what's going on with these guys? I heard now they can't even be in the same weightlifting competitions, the same gyms, the same hotels, the same places anymore together in groups, which sucks. Now they done put a hindrance on their money making. They done put a hindrance on their shit. So what's the outcome? They didn't think about their action, the repercussions for their actions. It was all fine and dandy and to make a little bit of money maybe and to push a little content and vlog and whatever they wanted to do. But at the end of the day, man, where's the feria? You know what I mean? They put a halt to their own bread, man. They're not thinking about the repercussion for their actions. And now that's going to hinder everyone else's get down because now security's going to be monitoring people a lot closer. And they just fucked it off for everyone, man. Anyways, and it happens. And me as a youngster, man, that was a lick that I pulled that I never thought, would affect anyone down the line. And it never has. But it affects me as a grown man now, thinking back, saying, okay, God, that shit was good with the money and shit and all the pussy I got. It was just lovely, right? But it could have went a whole different route, man. I didn't think that these were lifelong homeboys, still are lifelong homeboys. Some of them, homeboys that I grew up with, man, since we were children, that I called up to wake up out of a dead sleep to put them in harm's way. That's how selfish and greedy and a nasty type person I was. Anyone that would do that's a piece of shit, right? But it is part of the game, I guess. I guess that's what we signed up for. That's what they say, right? That's what we signed up for? Yeah, well, it ain't what I sign up for anymore. What I sign up for now is helping the brown people, letting that fucker sleep so he can wake up in the morning and go to the fields and pick, humps, and get his feria out the right way. Anyways, maybe I'm all fucked up like that. I can't call it like an alcoholic. Get it how you get it, humps. Just get it for reals. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, it's all about you going out there struggling and striving and hustling for your familia. Dispensa, if I'm a little under the weather, I'm a little under the weather. And that's just what it is, man. If you like this, please hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up one time for your boy. If not, thumbs down. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all raza and all the people north, south, even the perros. Oh, bulldogs. Thought I wasn't going to say bulldogs today. Huh? See, I got to throw in the perros. Come together, gente. This is the gun. Bang, bang. I'm going to go work on that tongue. That motherfucker's like gray or something. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on with that shit. Ugly.